don't talk about stealing possession. The word stealing meaning it's not ours. We don't speak about, you'll get this on the video and handout as well. We don't talk about finding space. You know, I've heard it all the time, parents in my clan, you know, they're like, move, where's the space? I'm like, shut up, will you? But, you know, it gets a bit crazy. But we don't talk about finding space, we talk about runs to receive, runs to deceive, runs to retrieve. Run to retrieve means go get that ball, go win the ball back. Runs to receive means go get on the ball. Runs to deceive means take somebody, distract him away. Now, with the younger age groups, I was showing videos to the guys who are in the first one, where you've got coaches like myself, Jack Stockdale, John Bentley, Chris Ancona, and Chris will be working with a player here and he's not even watching the game. We do that a lot at the younger ages. We want them to be able to make decisions on time and space, limitations. You'll see a change at this age group where we start to be more command. We start to be a bit more presence on the sideline. We've all got a different personality. I'm one of them, I like to talk, I'm sure you've worked that one out. And I like to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. You've got someone who, like Jack Stockdale, who's a bit more reserved, a bit more quiet, but still gets his point across. John Bentley, Chris, who's demand. Now, we want these personalities because that's going to really develop it. We don't talk about you have to move, you have to dribble. You know, it winds me up when you get up and like, shoot, and all this stuff. We're always like, calm down. We don't want you making decisions for them. We want them to make the decisions. We don't talk about pass, we don't talk about dribble, we don't talk about shoot, we talk about penetration phase, we talk about finishing phase, we talk about 1v1, we talk about individualism. Rotation balance, what does that mean? If I'm running here and it's not a nice spin out, someone comes in. If the centre back's on the ball and they drive in, I go and replace their position. We talk about playing in the future. Can you predict where the ball's going to go? Can you identify what's going to happen? We don't say head up, we actually say eyes up. So I heard a parent the other day like, you've got to get your head up, go get your head up. I just mentioned before, Rachel and my U13 girls got the ball on the weekend, she's dribbling past players, she's beat a load of players, she's got her head down, but her eyes are actually up. We don't speak about first touch. We don't want you to say to your kids, you've got to have a good first touch. It's not first touch, it's actually touch move. Can you control the ball in the space you want to move into? So that's what we talk about in these age groups. This is the detail, for those who were in the first one, this is how it changes. We talk about use of body, we talk about body contact, sitting down in the pass. Sitting down in the pass means I get that strike of the ball, it's perfect. We talk about advanced passing and receiving. So we talk about a clipped pass, we talk about a lofted pass, we talk about curled pass, driven passes, laces, obviously you've got outside, inside of the foot. We talk about different movements, Suarez touch, no touch turn. These are vocabularies that I can share with you. You will hear us, and Jack's already talking about this at these age groups, protecting, setting a pitch. We say pitch, you guys say field. You know, we're a bit different like that. But protecting, setting a pitch, breakouts. If you ever hear us use the word explode, which you use in the younger ages, it doesn't mean like a grenade, it just means, you know, go attack the space with speed. We want them to be leaders, we want quality, we want decision making. You will hear us at these age groups start to shout, what is the solution? At my age group, for those who are in the room, they'll hear me shout, you know, whether it's Josie, Rachel, whether it's Danielle at the weekend, what is the solution? Where's the solution? We don't want to go like, you know, you must make this pass. If you guys are coaching from the sideline, obviously we're going to be like, shut up. But if you're saying, you know, if you're saying like, where could you position yourself? I've got no problems if one of you guys said, where's the position? Well done, well done. You know, what's the solution? Because you're encouraging from the sideline. You're not telling them what to do, you're letting them make the decision, and you're saying the same information we're saying. Obviously, we want most of the vocabulary to come from us, because we don't want them to be like, listening to you and listening to us, and you're going to get that confusion. But of course, you're going to speak to them in the car home. And of course, we want you to be using the vocabulary that we're using. We are starting to identify positions at this age. This is not to bamboozle you. This is how we play 11v11. This is our shape within the club. 11v11. Start position, not complete position. There's a difference. We play a variation of 4-3-3 or 1-4-3-3. We have a lopsided triangle. We have a deep lying midfielder who's a 6. Your 2 and your 5. I haven't done it because you guys might think I can't count. I know it looks like that. But I've done it because The 2 and the 5 are the right back and left back, or as you guys say, the outside back. 3 and the 4 are the centre backs. 6 is your deep liar. 8 is your connector, someone who's going to combine and connect and link a play. Your 10 is your advanced midfielder, someone who's going to get on the ball in deep spaces like we've got over there and drive at people. 7 and 11s and 9. You will hear your players, I mean, I say all the time, like, you're playing as a 7, and the kids will look back at me and they're like, what's he on about? And they're confused, but we're starting to get the kids to understand what 7 means, what an 11 means. I play some of my players as a 7, an 11, as a 9, as a 10. I know, you know, like, I'm just obviously I'm going off people who are in the room. James, in his development plan at the minute, he's as an 11 down the outside channel in the deep space. Sometimes as a 7, and I said to Jack as a 10 because he can receive in between lines. We're looking at, you know, your Xanders of the world. Obviously, Xander was like right back on it before, number 2. We're looking at your Owings of the world as a 6. We're looking at players who can play in here and step in front. That's what we're looking for. Your Gabes of the world. You know, we're looking at all these type of players and what they can do and how they can get different experiences. We will give them different experiences. I can give you an example. Josie in my team, I see her as an 8 or a 10 because I think she could actually offer, when she's got a lot of confidence on the ball, be really dangerous. I played her as a 9. She was probably like, what's all that about? And just put her up front. She didn't know where she's going. She's still figuring it out. But get her confidence, get her run at people. I played Rachel as a 7. She was like, no, don't put me on the wing. I want to be a striker. But she actually beat everybody for form. And in her objective, it was 1v1, get at people. 1v2, get at people. Now I'm seeing her as a 9, and she's scoring goals for fun because she's had that experience of 1v1, 1v2. We don't talk about set positions, even though these are the profiles. We talk about where is your position on the field. So we don't talk about pass and move, we talk about pass position, press position. So I close you down, the ball goes and I get back in my slot. We talk about pass position. So we talk about, can Rachel get in the half space? Can Rachel get in the deep space? Can Nicole get in the deep space? You know, these are the things that we're talking about, these age groups. Get into half spaces here. We want your child to get into deep spaces. I'm sure you've all heard Jack Stockdale going like, get in the half space and things like that. This is what it means. The gold zone is like a 1-touch or a 2-touch finish. It's getting in there quickly. Deep spaces are where they can deliver crosses and entries. Outside channel are obviously self-explanatory. We want to protect centre pitch. If you talk about surfing, pressing at hip level. The reason why it's pressing at hip level is, if I press at your back at your side, it's going to be a foul. The ref's going to be like, and it's going to be a foul. I talk about pressing at hip level in surfing because I make that body contact and it's like, as I press, I'm surfing, like on a surfing board.
So a hand tap.
Yeah, and I literally get my hand out, it's extended, I'm not this tight because they roll me, and I don't come straight. I always come at an angle and I try and... You'll notice in a minute she'll come live. This is a third line pass. A pass that takes a player out of the game. I said that to a I think it was 8 recently, and they were like, what do you mean, he's not allowed to play or something, you know? So, I was like, oh God. But what I mean by take a player out of the game is literally like, I've beaten you with a dribble or a pass, you know? Amelia, I'm dribbling past people, you're gone. Now, I heard a parent in my game for the weekend, you know, going like, move, you've got to move, you've got to move. Sometimes your best movement's standing still. Now, people might look at that and go, bloody hell, she's not doing much, is she? But by standing still, everything's moving around her, she's actually holding space. So just to show you again, the example, this is what we're looking for, these age groups. Sorry. We're looking for them to try and get in between and behind people. These are 2 pressure lines. That's a pass that's played around. She's checking her shoulder to get pictures, so she's playing in the future. She can now play that pass that takes 2 players out of the game. She can play around, she can play around. We want the players to drive and shoot. What that looks like at the top level, this is Chelsea versus Burnley.
Diego Costa making moves.
I see Tom Sheffield, I see Strieberg, I see all these players do this naturally. That's in the DNA. I see Rachel Strong in my age group naturally running and causing people problems. We want all our players to do these type of age group, type of traits. This is what it looks like at U14 level, at academy level, Manchester City.
Compagni di reparto e di squadra, avanza Oliver.
So we talk about can you combine, but can you show individualism? If you can beat a player 1v1, or 1v2, 1v3, 1v4, beat the player. We don't want them to always think about passing, right? Now at the younger ages, definitely not. We don't want pass to be the default. We want them to be able to express themselves. At older ages, it does become more. This is an example of pressing at hip level. This is at the top level. This is Gary Cahill, England international. So you'll see I've highlighted Gary Cahill, and he's surfing. Talk about pass position, press position. You know, we're looking at, can you get in a position, there's three types of superiority. Numerical superiority, where obviously you've got more players in that particular area of the field. Qualitative superiority, meaning, you know, they've got qualities on the ball, whether he's a quick player, and he's got speed, that's his strength, whether he's a dribbler, whatever it may be, he's a good passer. You know, Brady Abbott can switch a ball like no tomorrow. So these are strengths that we're looking for. The other one's positional superiority. So we're looking for, can the players get into the outside channel? Can the players get in the half space? Can they get into deep spaces? Can they get into deep spaces? Can they get in the outside channel? So you'll see Jack and John asking the kids purposely when the ball's in the middle of the field to get as wide as you can, because it stretches the units. We're looking for the players, when they pass the ball, to get, to get in a position. So we're looking for them to position, to lock. Get into a position. Pass position. Pass position. Driving. Eventually they'll be sliding. Drive and slide. Pull back. Goal. And we are seeing this at our younger ages. We're starting to see that game start. This is some of the stuff that we want the kids to do. So we want them to be confident playing 1-2s in a 6-yard box. We want them to be confident, and you'll see, my parents were there asking me why my players are so deep behind the ball. Can they build up the ball, build up phase deep in order to go on? If they lose the ball on transition, where is their immediate run? So I spoke to you before, our first run is backwards if we've got the ball, our first run is forwards when we haven't got the ball. Can they play with confidence? Touch move, sit down in the pass, runs into the outside channel. This is the right back. This is the number 2. Drive and slide. Overlap. Miranda at the weekend. Half space. Runs into the half space. Start again. This is a play round. We play round the opposition. And when he's got the ball, he'll come in here. Or should do. Should never be like. So we're looking at the decisions and what they're doing in possession and how they can keep the ball. This is how we want our teams to play. We're imposing this style on them. Label quick runs. So you'll start to see that image that I showed you before. Do zonal marking with no wall on a free kick. No wall. Sorry if this has been a bit of a lecture. I will try and open out kitchen mics. But the reason why we don't do a wall is because the wall doesn't do nothing. All it does is it gives a reference for the ball to go over or around. Sometimes it can block the vision of the goalkeeper. What we actually do, the wall, does it jump, does it stand? You know, sometimes they don't know where to stand anyway. So you will see us at age groups where we don't even have the goalkeeper in the goal. The goalkeeper's position on the 6-yard box. This is U18 girls versus U16 girls in a real scrimmage.
We get 10 yards, please, Rep.
That's Simon talking.
That's okay.
I don't want you to listen to my voice, it's annoying. So they actually had 5 free kicks at this point, they still haven't scored, so now they've tried to do something different. There will be times where they score anyway, but there'll be times where we block it, we defend it, we deal with it, we try and counter. On this one we were successful, we broke out. The reason why I showed you that clip is because if you're ever wondering, like what the parents had asked me in the weekend, why do all our players go in the box? The reason why we put all 11 players in the box on a set play is because you're going to break out quicker. By having all 11 players in the box, their defenders will typically start higher, which leaves 60, 70 yards or more of space, and you're definitely going to counter-attack them. In our club, We don't see defending set plays as an opportunity to concede. We see it as an opportunity to score. So, like what the parents shouted in, the games I was like, mark up, pick a man, do this and that. Well, we're defending zonally. Zonally is based on the space that you're occupying. So we're trying to develop the players to be thinking, because I guarantee they'll have never done this before. And they might come across a coaches that do play at a good level, or high school, or college, and they might come across zonal marking and they've never done it before. We're trying to give the kids, there's loads of other examples I'll give you, but there's going to be stuff that we do that's really going to rock your brains, and we're going to try and show the players. This is an example at the weekend from Sonny's game, my game, where we defended zonal and we countered and scored. Now, I haven't showed you the clip where we conceded on the corner, but I'll show you the clip where we scored. So, just an example. So it's really compact, really messy. Sorry for blocking anybody. And it will deal with a lot of transitions. Now you see Rachel go when she's off. So from a defending set play, because they're actually higher, they've created more gaps. On this one, you will have heard one of the parents actually shout cross it. But what actually happened was I watching Ryan Giggs, he puts it in the back of the net. Great, seen it before. This is the girls playing out at the weekend. I know a lot of parents, and I know I do as well, they might watch the team and go like, Jesus, how many teams have you seen here with the 14s or the 13s? And the player only gets into 17 millions on the back of the net. We're trying to create solutions. This is an example where it does work, where by splitting them down the side, she played into a deep space with Ava coming short, and they've actually played out. And now we're in the final third to score. Goes on film. So there will be times where we want them to take risks. At these age groups, we're going to stress your kids tactically. We want to stress you tactically. We want you guys to be encouraging them to run into deep spaces, run into half spaces. And we're going to try and do some different things. We don't, either the vocab or whatever. But what I really want to try and stress on today is, and there's some stuff obviously on the walls, we want to push your kids tactically at these ages. We're going to show them stuff that they won't see before. We're going to give them vocabulary. We want you guys to ask us for homework. So I really want you to ask the coaches for homework and ask them how we can develop the kids, because this will help them, whether they're going to be future coaches or whatever. And like I said, the messages and the pictures that we want them to do and what half space looks like, this is what we're seeing from U7 right through to U19. The only thing changes is the size of the shirt. And we want to try and develop self-learners.